The amount of times I've heard from the faithful tell me that atheism is a religion, I've personally lost count. It's almost on the daily when I talk to the faithful and the believers, usually the Christians, and usually the right-wing fundamental Christians as well. They tell me that atheism is a religion. It's a refrain I hear quite a lot. Equally fallacious are the claims that science is a religion and evolution is a religion, when they blatantly aren't. It is a sign of desperation to try and categorize other worldviews, and I use that term loosely, to give explanation for their own. The argument's widely made by many, and I can show quite blatantly, quite simply, how false it is. Atheism is simply the lack of belief in a god or gods or deities or super sky fairies, whatever. I don't believe in a god of any sort, whether that be Allah, Yahweh, Quetzalcoatl, Thor. There have been hundreds of gods go before, and there may well be hundreds to come, depending on where humanity goes. Hopefully in the right direction and they disappear altogether, but we live in hope. Atheism is simply the lack of belief in a god of gods. Anything you add to atheism that has not to do with that has nothing to do with atheism. As has been stated so many times before by Richard Dawkins and many others, as well as along with my atheist brothers and sisters. Atheism is a religion like off is a TV channel, or bald is a hair colour, or non-stamp collecting is a hobby. You can add anything you like to atheism, but it doesn't mean that is atheism. Atheism is simply the lack of belief in a god or gods. I can't put that any more simply than that. It is the denial of the claim without proof that there is a god. Until you prove that, it is still just a claim, and I get to call that, I've got the right to call that bullshit, and will, openly and honestly. Until next time, travel safe.